Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing my review on the Beretta Type I rifle. It depends really what people want to call it. I always call it the Type I. Some people call it Type I for some reason. Just get the sights pictures here. Hold them up. Just slide up and down like that. Have some lanyards there. Bayonet lug way up front. And here's the bolt. That's a straight bolt. It's a Carcano style rifle. Compared to my Type 99 one, or my Type 99 here, you can obviously tell that the bolts are different. Because you take the bolt out this way on this gun, and you take the bolt on this gun, all you gotta do is just pull the trigger. It is unloaded, as you can see. And boom, bolts right out. Put the bolt in. You do. Just like that. Get a little trigger pull here. Trigger on that's beautiful. I love it. So, just before I go over some history, I'll go ahead and show you the bullets for this. I've seen the last video. See what these look like. These are 6.5 Jap bullets right here. Made by Abandonment Ammunition with PPU brass. Most of these are reloads, but they're not sketchy. The idea of Abandonment is to give us ammunition for these older rifles because it's coming hard to find by original 6.5 Jap ammo. I've only ever shot one box from like to say 1936, and they were pretty interesting. Right here is a 30-06. Let me go ahead and do a little comparison here for you guys, just so you can see. This is what the U.S. was using all the time in World War II, even in the 1917. Even some troops had a 1903 Springfield, and towards the end they had the M1 Garand. Especially the Marines, when they first were invading and when they got attacked by Japan, they were using 1917 and 1903, using the 30-06. Now, the Beretta Type I rifle is known not at all really for the service rifles of Japan. That's why that gun, it's not in the nicest condition, but it shoots nice and it's very, the bluing one is nice. The stock isn't the nicest thing out there, but they're not worth a lot of money. I paid $400 for that. It's worth about $500 compared to my Arisaka there. It's a last ditch model. I paid $300. That's probably what it's worth, $300, $350. It just depends on what people want to pay. Now, after I fix it up, I'm not going to destroy the original value of it or anything. I'm not going to totally strip it down and remake a stock and everything, but I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to try to take all the rust off the barrel, clean up the bolt, and clean up the stock. I could probably get $400 for it. So, 1937, Japan needed a rifle for the naval troops and rear area units. So, this is before World War II, obviously, and Japan still had a lot of money. So, they went ahead and called up their fascist buddies. Yeah, yo, oh, hold on, there we go. Yo, Mussolini, can you get your boys up Beretta? Cook me up some rifles. So, they did. But they didn't want to divert the domestic production from the Arisaka. So, instead of redesigning a rifle, of course, Japan purchased directly from Italy, specifically from Beretta. Now, there are multiple Italian companies that made those, especially since under Mussolini, most of these companies were state-owned. These rifles were based off Carcano model 1891. That's the only reason why the resale value on those guns isn't much, because people say, oh, it's just another Carcano. Which, I don't know if you ever shot a Carcano or hold one. People call them junk. To me, they're just a cheap gun that gets the job done, alright? But they were modified to meet Japanese requirements. I don't know, man. That gun's pretty long. Like, I wouldn't want to be taking that through combat. The Type I, unlike the stripper clip fed Arisaka Type 38, it took an M-block monocler style clip. Now, I don't have any clips with me, so I just hand load it. The spring on that is a little old. Sometimes it likes to pop out, but it does the job. This allowed faster reloads, but required certain clips, and if you lost them, the rifle was kind of useless. Now, I disagree, because you can just hand load it, you know what I'm saying? Compared to the Arisaka, the action was weaker, but it was lighter, and it lacked the Japan's signature chrome line barrel. Now, people are like, oh, why do you want a chrome line barrel? That was because the places that Japan were invading, especially during the start of World War II, it was humid, rust formed, and if you weren't cleaning your rifle every day, or you were firing hundreds of rounds, things get corrosive, you know? The Type 1 rifles were issued to the Japanese Imperial Navy, often for shipboard security, base defense, and second-line units. Sorry, Imperial Japanese Navy. Don't want to get the history nerds mad. They lacked a crest on them, which I didn't know about till right now, because I'm reading it online. Signaling they were never fully adopted as Imperial Army weapons. Compared to the Arisaka, the Beretta Type I was easier to produce, but it was less durable. And compared to Allied rifles like the 30-06, it was completely outclassed. And it was bolt action, underpowered, and slow to reload. I mean, you look at the difference at the show. You only have a 5-round clip in that bad boy, and I mean, I can shoot rounds pretty fast through it. I'm not gonna lie, but I could shoot faster through an M1 Grand. Just the recoil on that rifle is a bit lighter, but the range, I'd say, from that is not as good as the M1 Grand. So today, the Beretta Type I, or 1, I still don't know which one it is. I can't really find it online, but people call it the Type I call it the Type 1, and it's just alright. It stands as a symbol of wartime expediency. So this is when Japan was going into China. They were doing their war crimes. You know, they were getting everything done, trying to get those natural resources because they were having a hard time finding them. I mean, Japan, they don't got a lot of natural resources on their island, and this is before they took off and they give us all the tech they have today. A foreign rifle pressed in Japanese service. It revealed the limits of Japan's industrial capacity because when you're not getting supplies in, you know, it's kind of hard. And the global reach of Axis cooperation, which I like to talk about because the Axis, they all helped each other out, which also kind of confuses me because Germany was selling guns to China. You know, this was before Japan invaded them, but it's one of these things. But Mussolini, you know, he was helping his boy out in Japan, and actually some of these rifles did end up in China during the Chinese Civil War and China's attempt in the north to keep Japan out. So that's what I got all for you guys today. I'm going to throw a shooting video here at the end, and that's all. Thank you. Alright, last gun of my shooting range video. It could be a Type I, Type 1. Figured out online most people call it the Type I for Italy. Gonna be shooting this Bannerman ammunition. I can get out of the box on sec. Hope they didn't scratch my car. Come on. Go from the other side maybe, huh? There we go. Gonna just be shooting 5 rounds. This is PPU brass. Put that in my pocket. Here's a picture of the box. These boxes are beautiful. It's just normal bolt action rifle the way you load it. This clip is old. Sometimes likes to fall out, so I just did take this out. It's just this button right there. The clip will fall right out. Just gotta be a little careful when you're shooting it. And we're not shooting very far, just about 30 yards, so there's targets out there, don't worry. Come on, last one. There we go. Very funny to shoot. So thank you guys.